Hello, everybody. I thought I'd give a go on my thoughts on the Warhammer New Edition reveals and all the other tasty Warhammer reveals and go through the Warhammer community. I am Krieg Hobby. Thanks for watching. And if you like Warhammer related content, I post regularly on my Instagram at Krieg Hobby. So let's have a look. I was on the phone with a mate earlier. We were gushing about most of these releases because a lot of them were just straight up bangers, to be fair. So obviously, we've got Armageddon here, led by Blood Angels, so kind of cool not to just see the Ultramarines yet again. Harkens to a bit of old school, seeing the Blood Angels. Sure, you've all watched the cinematic, which wasn't bad because what was it, Lamentes, the Death Company chaplain leading them, and we had some cool shots with the assault Primaris Marine guys, and yeah, the box not bad, not bad. The models, I find it really funny that we've essentially come full circle and now we've got a very firstborn looking marine. I always have preferred the firstborn aesthetic, especially the grilled helmets. Just way more intimidating and aesthetically pleasing than the normal marine helmets. And they've pretty much brought back the Godwin bolter, which is awesome to see. I think they're calling it like a relic bolter, which is hilarious. We got already have seen this kind of transition with the Space Wolves new releases, and I'm all for it, honestly. Um, I still, on my own true, like firstborn true scales, get rid of these greaves here because I feel like mm, they just don't do much for me. I normally shave those kind of rounded ankle protect armor bits here, and I actually replace the backpack with the more old school ones as well. But yeah, he looks fine. You know, he looks cool. I think they are basically just gonna do a tactical squad, probably with a missile launch heavy bolter guy. The Orc, awesome. Okay, we've got the classic chopper in the form of a nicely put together axe, ramshackle, slugger pistol, and I think a slugger on his back. Um, and yeah, I'm just talking models today. No idea what the kind of rules will look like. We've got a nice shot here, still with the Land Raider Redeemer, I think it is, with the soul cannons looking awesome. But really cool if we got that for like a new Baal Predator or some such. But yeah, Orcs versus Marines, very cool. I like to see it. Okay, but yeah, we'll obviously see more later. Now, Age of Sigmar, this is pretty cool. So we've got the Clan Battle, the Three Guilds, which is essentially more time. Which is really funny. These are kind of perfect as more-time warbands, especially the Skaven, of course. I kind of lament they're not in Old World. And we get a couple of these old ruined buildings that look like more time. I feel like they could have at least chucked in a little more than two. But as far as the models go, the Skaven all look awesome. That whole Night Runner, Gutter Runner aesthetic looks really cool. He's really nice. Yeah, he's crouching. I quite like this spiky helmet. Kind of a little gloom spike gits look. The poison blades. Yeah, just overall looks pretty sweet. Um, and then we have the actual Skaven themselves, and they look really nice. I love all this dynamic posing. This guy with kind of like the gas bombs lighting it on fire with the tail. It's excellent. The little rats, the gas mask here looks awesome. And yeah, then we've got these kind of tubes feeding some kind of warp poison energy into the blades. Looks sweet. I love the blind one here. This guy all out baller crazy. The bunch of little rats with bombs, poor little dudes. Same here. Yeah, I mean, awesome dynamic, sneaky ninja gutter runner poses. Looks great. And yeah, these are sweet with the like ninja weaponry going on, like throwing stars. Yeah, grab hook. Classic just bat. I love that. Slinger, shot dudes, look cool as well. Yeah, look at that. Just overall, brilliant movement and aesthetically. And then the free guilds, which have really grown on me. This special character is pretty nifty. I like this Kraken emblem. His buckler and the different swords look really cool. I even love this detail on the base, like the tactical rock, but it's very nice basing detail. And this wicked panther thing. I have no idea about AOS lore, I'm afraid. But this Sigma priest looks really good. I love how crazy he looks. Oh, and yeah, I think the knights look fantastic. This guy's great. And this won't be all glazing. Well, mostly glazing, because most of these models are hitting it out of the park. I think the armor detailing is fantastic. The helmets, he might be a little much with all of this different kind of armor style and these rope knots and things, but overall the battle banner, look at his face, And this is the strength of Age of Sigmar, it's just the imagination, and the guns are amazing. It's all this different kind of flintlock weaponry that you actually do see if you go to museums in like Amsterdam or in Hungary or, well, here in Britain. And these all look really cool as well. And I love resting on these big axes, quite Cossack-like. Here with a big bomb grenade, looks sweet. And this proto flamethrower, I'm a bit in love with. I love how wrong that could all go, but the extra kind of padding going on here is really nice. I love that. You could definitely make a cool guard kind of medieval regiment, feudal world regiment out of this. And overall, just kind of pretty awesome, I gotta say. And then they get even more awesome. So now we come to Howl's Moving Castles. I'm not into, mostly the high fantasy of AOS. I'm more of a classic Warhammer fantasy guy and now Old Worlds. But this, the closest I think I'll ever come to maybe starting AOS. I think it is glorious. It just does everything you want it to, basically. What more can I say? It's just fantastic. It looks like a castle. The legs somehow look like they might work. I love these outcroppings, the writing, stone here, these little hanger-on guys, the lanterns. This dude in the front with the kind of smaller cannon, then you've got a belly cannon, and then you've got a whole turret. Just so aesthetically pleasing. It's such a showpiece. I'd love just 3 of these as an army. And then the different variations. So now we've got the crazy looking flamer one. And I love it's kind of got this blacksmith, I'm forgetting the name now, but pump in the air. It's just so out there and over the top, but somehow still works. And then even then, the secondary guy's all different, and here's more of like a furnace thing going on. And look at the details, all the different types of ammunition, and the fact you can take the top off, and you see the artillery crew with all the different ammunition. It's so lovely, the detail involved. They didn't have to do this. I'm so glad they did. And this guy rocks. Parry this. Oh, you filthy swine. He looks badass. And the cannon is fantastic. It's like multi-shot monstrosity. And the belly cannon looks wicked. And it, just everything about it. These small details. And then we've got, yeah, look at this Stone Warden. This snooty looking fella standing to attention. All this wooden metal detailing in filigree is fantastic. Look at him, this blacksmith looking guy. A furnace and a little oil beaker. About to throw a grenade, looks like he's had a bit. Yeah, this could go very wrong. Fantastic. Look at the little controls. I haven't noticed that before. Oh, with the compass or the maybe meter. The little controls there. That's brilliant. Yeah. I think AOS has stolen the show. Oh, look at that mustache. And a ramp at the back. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm guessing you can ferry guys into battle as well. It is just moving Hal's Castle. And it looks great. Such a presence. I want them. I think there's very cool conversion potential out of them as well. You could probably make some mega walking castle out of a couple of them. Out of 3 maybe. Right, and then we get some more character kind of models. Erasmus is on the Enlightened one. And looks like a light wizard. I quite like it. It's a bit weird, Zinchian with the 2 heads, like a goat, and then this eagle looking heads and the snake tail. So yeah, pretty cool. They even this quote unquote good guys are looking pretty out there themselves. Again, it's just pretty cool just how striking the features are, and I don't feel this model was too overdone. Maybe the lantern is a bit unnecessary, but overall, just rad. And then these 2 guys are great. You could certainly use them in an Empire army as a Fire Wizards and the Death Wizards of more. But again, brilliant. This fire is okay. Some of the plastic kind of fire effects GW does aren't too convincing. But I actually really like his staff here, that kind of rock, fire, flame rock encasing. I love the paint job they've done with the flyer on the inside. I don't think that's sculpted. And yeah, even the rings and the pendant on his hands. Love his hat, helmet kind of job. A little priestly. And this guy's phenomenal. That helmet is amazing with the little skeletons on top. The scythe with the hourglass. The skulls, again the paint job. The ghost kind of works coming out. And his head with the mask out is fantastic. The gate gargants. Like the castles weren't enough. These are brilliant. I love the ogre versions, but these guys, wow. I mean, why wouldn't you want that? They literally line up perfectly. And I love, my mate said that his and hers is very romantic. Little gargoyle-y, I can't remember what you call them on a ship. And again, the massive multi-barreled scatter kind of cannons here. The brutal looking weaponry on these giants. I love that they're chained to the spot. I didn't notice that before for spare rods. I think that's more to just keep them in place from the gunshots. I'm not sure if they would run away or not. Not big on the lore, big up knowledge of it. But, God, they look great. I really like them. Yeah, just fantastic. Yeah, even this bit of scenery is pretty cool. I'd definitely see if I could take this Triumph torso and have it on a Gargant, right? See what I'm thinking? That would be cool. Not so much into the whole floating thing, that seems a bit unnecessary, but I love all the petals and the wax candles, and yeah, all of that is really nice. Pretty cool scenery. Yeah, I know nothing about Jorvan Creel, if he has a book or something, but this Kraken pendant's excellent. The Panther, as I said, really nice. The Priest we've seen, really cool. And yeah, again, a bit much on that guy, but the normal knights, yeah, I think they are really well done. His face kills me, but I love it. Oh, this little gargoyle thing on the top of the banner, again, amazing. Yeah, we've seen the cool axe guys. New Sigma rulebook, looks nice. So we got Spearhead, Zenesta's Zealots. I actually do really like this model already. This looks like a fun little box. Regiment Renown, the Hounds. This looks pretty more timey as well. Overall, AOS killing it. Bit of Middle Earth. We haven't forgotten. I think these are exceptionally well done. Riders of Rohan, the detail on the armor on the horse, all the different bits of fabric, the sidearms, the movement in the horses is really nice. The flowing capes, drawing the arrow, awesome. Yeah, they all look really good. I'm glad Rohan's getting an update to their horsemen, and these infantry look really nice. A ton of detail. I'm not sure if they're upscaled a little bit. So that's the only thing for rings. They were quite small. And these Dunlendings, pretty interesting. They don't do too much for me. Like the bone weaponry is a bit much. Feel like they would still use iron at least. But cool. Nice to use some barbarian kind of characters. Yeah. So the burning of the Westfold. So yeah, the whole Rohan versus Dunlendings. It's nice. And Warhammer Underworlds. Okay, so we're getting. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce this, but essentially AOS High Elves. That is a very cute kind of Fox Nightingales thing. Not so big on these elves. It's nice enough. Yeah, the crazy bow. These don't do much for me. But if you're into it, I can see cool kind of posing. And then we have the Heresy. So Heresy, this is pretty lackluster, I'm going to be honest. Spartan Prometheus in plastic. Yeah, it looks cool. It does the job. Again, just nothing that much to it. It's a Spartan, which are awesome, but we've seen it. Okay, so it's kind of interesting that we get in the Charonites, Ogren section. That is a face only a mother could love. Absolutely hilarious. I love the Forge World ones. They look pretty similar. I might do a video comparing some Forge World stuff. And just the blade is kind of funny. But yeah, I guess mixing these with the Forge World ones, I do like them, they are cool. And then some Farsport batteries and plastic, again, looks very nice, but nothing that exciting. The Battle of Talon will be kind of cool, Iron Warriors versus Guard, well, Imperial Army. But yeah, a bit lackluster on the Heresy, there was nothing that exciting, let's be honest. Yeah, I think that's most of it. No. Then we have this really, really cool Kill Team expansion. I think this is a pretty good idea. Kill Team Terror of Devlin. Yeah, the Red Terror looks really cool. I love the kind of statues getting smashed away in its path. This is a great update from a classic Tyranid model. I think Tyranid players can be really happy with this guy. Somehow it all works and it's not too overdone. I love these segmented bits of armor and skin. The maw is fantastic. The little eyes. Yeah, it looks really nice. Look at the presence of that. Fantastic. Looks humongous. And yeah, I think that works actually really well. The rocks being and the statue being smashed away. That's amazing. I'd love just that base to use of something. And then we've got this really cool kill team that are definitely Tanith. I mean, aesthetically, of the cloaks, the camo, but as Cadians, we have a nice bionic arm. I'm quite liking this scope and these kind of more compact, lighter las guns. Very cool. I do love a bionic on Imperial Guardsmen. They're never that fancy, which I think fits. Good old plasma gun. Sniper, very nice. I like this very thin design. Looks cool. And the resting the knee on the tactical rock. I'm not really sure if we've seen that on a model before. It's a small, nice detail. Good hoods. I'm loving this guy. Eye patch, 70s porn star mustache. And that is just straight up an MG34. Great looking model. This guy's nice. I'm loving this mask. Again, compact las gun, kind of grenadier, all the grenades. Looks great. And then the medic, fantastic. Just like bare equipment on the move. A heavy gunner is fantastic. Again, I like this missile rocket launcher design with his body, with the kind of beanie demolition hat, a little sidearm carrying one of the rockets. Very nice, very nice. And this radio comms dude, simple, but again, really works. And even the satellite dish of the servo skull is cute as hell. And then we got a map, kind of giving the directions. Yeah, works. And another kind of normal las gun. I like it showing the fold up stock. I think they're bangers. They all really work. They look great. But definitely Tanith. Kind of surprised they didn't just say this is a Tanith kill team. That everybody will and their mum will convert them to Tanith. Get all the bits and pieces you need for it. They're bringing back the Amble, which is great, but even better, the Zote, because it was such like a limited, expensive release. And I love, who doesn't want just more random Xenos? That's what the people want. And I think to round it off, oh yes, we had this trailer for Aeronautica Imperialis. It's kind of funny, the forgotten game. They're pushing it with this new animation, and it looks cool. Hey, why not? Why not? I'm hoping for an eventual Battlefield Gothic release or preview. Got this Mephiston, looks very nice from Weta Workshop. No way I can ever afford that kind of thing. And then we have the awesome looking biker. My best mate called this. He was like, yeah, all character on bike. And Wazdaka Gutsmech. It's everything you want in a ridiculously over the top orc on mega bike. Look at this, the minigun, all of the really sweet ass mechanical components inside you can see on the undercarriage of the bike. The kind of classic rear bike orc look we've got going. He's pretty simple actually compared to the rest, which is nice. And like a claw, but it looks like you could shoot the claw and it's on some kind of harpoon system. Nice little trophy rack. Funny with the Corvus helmet there, Imperial Fists. And this really nice effect part Feels like GW's maybe leaning into this whole effects kind of pieces of this ramshackle engine and like the smoke. This really works. I mean, what a wonderful looking model. It kind of looks like AOS designers got to use it. We've got this lovely little Gretchen on the back, the ammo racks. There's like he's trying to fix something on the move here. And I love the back of the leather jacket, that Evil Sons logo. Yeah, and that's cool. It's optional to have the effects coming out, which is nice. And I love the ammo feed going on. Looks like some grenades there, possibly. And the boot is really cool. Can we see that here? Yeah, the boot with the metal. And of course, we already got the preview for Commissar Yarrick. Fantastic update. Really no complaints to say here. I still love his first and second renditions. I still have the second rendition. We all want Steel Legion, and there is a hint. Now we have this crazy Commissar Graves on this Drive Me Closer, hit it with my sword mobile. For guard, not totally for me, but as I think an Arbites vehicle, I think that would work perfectly. And then yeah, like not bad. I think it would, my friend was saying as well, some more interesting characters in the back apart from this one guy would have been good. I find the flag is interesting. If that fist with the skull, if that's Steel Legion or like an armored company kind of emblem. But yeah, pretty cool. And her on her own. And the fist, I think, was from one of the one of the snipped images. Yeah, overall she's nice. Simple, effective. Pimp my ride mobile. Maybe it'll grow on me. This Inquisitor Croyle. How out there and random. I would never have guessed in a million years this was gonna come. But the funky ass, almost Eldar kind of Necron here, but Eldar rifle. And then the Conquistador look. And this crazy alien horse thing. With a gas mask? Ugh. Yeah, Order Xenos makes sense. Really, really interesting. And it's a bit of an eccentric type, if you could have guessed. And I like you can display it, it looks like mask off or off on option with these gnarly looking teeth and jaw. Yeah, this thing is awesome. I can see people making possibly an Astalion conversion, at least with the body, putting it on a different mount, a different horse, changing up the barrel or the rifle a bit. Oh, I didn't see it also has a bionic arm. Cool. And then we have Intransia Frey Dogmata Superior. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of like the old Inquisitor that was on the Dreadnought chassis. Looks dope. I really want to turn this into a word bearer. But yeah, pretty cool. I prefer this over their kind of suit knight thing that they got a little while ago. Kind of the small dread knight. I don't think that suited the faction that much, but this does. I like the missiles, the speaker, heavy bolt of flamers. I'm guessing she has some kind of force field around her, so she didn't just get shot immediately. She's just pointing, there's the heretic. Yeah, all the details, the mechanical details, all the filigree, pretty sweet. The Centaur SRV. Now, one bone of contention I have, why they called it the Centaur, because we had the old Forge World Death Corps of Krieg Centaur. I'd rather they've just called it anything else, because then they could bring the Centaur back at some point, which I think they should for Krieg. But I do like this. It's that mix of mostly World War II uh, American half track, obviously with these tracks, and then you have like a little bit of German kind of Puma-ish front to it, but I like it as a troop transport. Yeah, very World War II, works well. You can put guys in the back, got the gunner, classic stubber. Yeah, I think it's nice. This I love, the Hippogriff, because this is a British Saladin. Give that a Google. It's pretty one-to-one. Excellent light vehicle. I think it looks great. I'm glad it's got other weapon options, but I think the auto cannon looks the best. And now I really want to do an armored company. The return of Yarrick looks sweet. I'm so glad they didn't just kill him off screen of old age or something silly. The battalion box, very tempting. 2 Saladins. The half track. Rogal Dawn, which I'm not a massive fan of, but yeah, they work. But I love this kind of armored company. That's why I'm still like, this would be perfect for Steel Legion. We've got some other box sets. But yeah, I gotta say, all in all, I think it's great. I'm trying to see. I'm very impressed by these reveals. A lot of surprises in them. I had a few guesses that were right, but yeah, very out there. Love some of the models. I think AOS stole the show, and I can't wait. I'm so tempted by the House Castles. The New Imperial Guard stuff is right up my street. A little lackluster from Heresy, to be honest. Glad Wolverine's got a little bit. And no Old World, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, those are just my quick thoughts. I think I'll carry on doing some videos, dissect some model ranges I like, talking about some theories, things like that. Gonna branch out a bit. But yeah, if you enjoyed my rambling at all, I am Krieg Hobby. Please like and subscribe and all that. I have same name, Krieg Hobby, on Instagram. Please check me out where I post regularly Warhammer content of models I am converting. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!